Earlier, we saw the plan interface and its tools. In this video, we will build a plan using the functional tools introduced in the last video. In this video series, I demonstrate how to add two types of items. First, a content file. Second, an action item. Building a plan makes sense. With the typical content file, a PowerPoint, preloading saves presentation time. Because Collaborate must convert files into Blackboard-friendly types, we saw this earlier, by completing this conversion in plan, you don't make your participants wait. Also, once converted, you can add a bunch of interactivities within a presentation that will increase participant engagement. I'll show you these in upcoming videos. Next, we'll add content, the embedded files needed for a session. Use this tool, located on the top menu, to bring content into the session. Click on the Embed tool to open the dialog box. Use the dialog box to navigate to the content files you want to add to the session. Here, I'll add a whiteboard file. Click Open, and it's on top of the content panel. To add other files, I can do multiple selections by holding down on the Shift key, selecting all the files, and clicking Open. Another way of adding content files is from your Explorer window, simply drag items into the content panel. Notice in the project resource file how I have four types of content files: a PowerPoint presentation, a video, a PDF document, and a Word document. I also have whiteboard files. In an earlier video, I explained that whiteboard files are essentially picture files converted into a Collaborate-friendly format. How was a whiteboard file, a PowerPoint presentation, previously converted? Let's show you what happens when I add any file type that requires conversion. In this case, a PowerPoint file. I click Open, and I get this message. It's asking me if I want this file, this PowerPoint file, to be converted. I select Yes, and then I select the canvas size. I want my screen size to be the same size as the canvas. I select OK, and now the conversion is taking place. Now this conversion takes a few seconds now that your participants don't have to wait, and it's added to my content menu. Now before showing you how to work with other types of content, I want to show you something specific about PowerPoint files. When you add a PowerPoint file and it's converted and you pull down to the outline panel, here's what happens. It separates the PowerPoint into separate pictures. Each picture is its own screen, and I want to show you this now because I'm going to show you later how we can move these pictures, these screens, each slide in your presentation around. And by changing the order in plan, we can change the order of our presentation. More importantly, we can add various actions in between these slides. We can add a video, we can add a poll. So keep that in mind as we move ahead and I show you how to add actions. Three types of content files require conversion in order to be played in the whiteboard: PDF files, presentation files, and picture files. Various picture formats like GIF, PNG, PNG, JPEG. These all need to be converted into a whiteboard file in order for it to play in the whiteboard. So we hit Open and select Yes, and it's been converted to a whiteboard file. I also want to add a movie. This will automatically load the movie into Collaborate, and it will keep all of my documents together. There's one type of file, a Word document, that can't be converted. Notice how I didn't get a message. So what's the purpose of bringing in a file and not converting it, or bringing in a Word document that can't be converted? Well, in instances, and I showed this in my demonstration, I want to just send the document in its form to my participants. So how would I make that selection with a file that might be converted, like a PDF file? Let me show you. I don't want to show this document in my whiteboard presentation. I want it to be excluded from the whiteboard, but I do want to forward it on to my participants. So I select the file, I click Open, And when I get the menu that asks me whether I want the file converted into a whiteboard file, I select No, and then it's added in its original format, a PDF format. I'll show you how you forward documents in a later movie. Now that you've seen the number of steps required to get your files ready for sharing and distribution, you might be asking yourself, why bother? What's the benefit? The answer? Well, it takes a little more time on the front end. Plan helps you simplify delivery during your presentation, whether you are sharing a great article, asking probing survey questions, or sharing results of a quiz or a poll. In a recent OEL survey, many Collaborate users shared the frustration at forgetting to hit the record button before the session. What if rather than having to select the record button as your mind is racing through the materials you've carefully assembled for your presentation, the recording starts automatically before your first slide. Focus on the content, not its delivery. Learning these steps will improve your presentation and simplify content delivery. In the next video, I show how to plan interactive actions by sequentially ordering complicated steps in the outline panel.